Brooke finna get ready to get her groove back, y'all. Brooke finna get ready to get her groove back. That's what they mean when they had a spoiler that says Brooke takes the next step towards, living her life without Reg and everything. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chessie. This for the Bold and Beautiful February 20th, 2023. Okay, so we finna go and get Brooke and Taylor out before we get to Thomas over here. So I said, oh no, now the waiter guy flirting with Brooke. I said, all right, now Deacon gonna fire you the way he feel about her. Well, he used to. Now he's claiming he got feelings for Sheila, so we'll see. But the waiter, I think he said his name was Paul something Hollis. So he said call him Hollis. So yeah, he up here flirting with Brooke and everything. And I said, now why? Listen, before we get on to why Taylor don't never seem to get as many freaking dates or men coming to her like Brooke. But Taylor is hyping Brooke head up about the waiter flirting, and she started saying he's flirting with you, and Brooke like, no, he's just being nice. He looking out for us because Deacon. So I just hold up, wait a minute. How they go? I understand that Taylor and Brooke are now friends and all that. I get that part, but y'all talk so much noise about Deacon. How y'all go from nobody needs to be around Deacon, Hope don't need to be around Deacon? I know Brooke and Deacon had got better and everything, but now y'all chilling at his restaurant and everything, and I was like, okay. But yeah, Taylor is hyping Brooke head up about the way to flirting, and I got a question: Why does it always have to be Brooke that get the guy? We've seen that numerous times. Numerous times. I was like, I would have loved to see, like I said, I wasn't watching it like way back in the day and stuff. So I don't know if she's ever been with anybody outside of Ridge. But since I've been watching it, always seems to be Ridge, 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 Ridge. So I was like, okay, y'all could have put her with the way to do it. If y'all finna listen, we said we wanted to see something different, so I'm guessing maybe that's why they have been showing this guy for a while now. They always seem to show him or whatever. So maybe he finally finna get his big break or whatever. But I don't like how every time I see him, I think about how he saw Steffi and Sheila talking that day and seeing her follow Sheila, but they never mentioned any of that. They never mentioned any of that. Every time I see him, I think about that. Yeah, I remember when Steffi followed Sheila and everything, and they went in the alley and all that happened. I said, why didn't they question him? I was like, okay, once they question the waiter dude, he gonna be like, he seen them arguing, he seen them leave and all that. Nothing, not a nothing. I guess they wasn't sure if they want to utilize him in that way or something. But yeah, I said instead of Brooke getting her groove back, it's about time for Taylor to get hers back. I said they always got to be Brooke, 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 Brooke every time. But what else do I got on here about Brooke now? So Taylor tells Brooke after they get over here, the dude kept coming back. You need anything? Reminding them, was reminding them the deacon said to take care of them. He like, you need anything? And they like, no, they good. But Taylor tells Brooke that she may take her up on her offer to move in. Excuse me, Lord Jesus. But first I skipped over. Brooke asks her, do she want to move in? She still want her to move in. Taylor says she might take her up on that offer. I'm ready to see that. By that time, they gonna bring Ridge back, I bet. Bring him back. Then he gonna say, look, one of my women done over here moved in with my other woman, and my other woman over here talking to this young guy. He gonna say I was gone for 2 seconds. I was gone for 2 seconds, and this what happened. But maybe he'll be changed and better by the time he come back. If he gonna be the change as his son say he changed every 24 seconds, then he won't be much changed. But yeah, Taylor tells Brooke that she may take her up on her offer to move in. That dude Holly smoothly just got Brooke number. And as soon as he came over there, it was like, oh, it was something happened. As soon as I was getting ready to get your receipt, I need your number. I said, he trying to run game. I said, Brooke didn't listen, Brooke. I said, she ain't pick up on it. I seen Taylor's facial expression as soon as it happened. I said, she picked up on it. He was like, you all good to go, and something basically saying something weird happened. It didn't print out the receipt, so put your number in here. He said, give me your number so I can text you the receipt. I said, first of all, that was so obvious. He was like, okay, yeah, just put a number. I said, Karen. He said, just put your number in here. So Taylor's trying to tell her that he just wanted to get her number. And she like, no. So then he takes her the receipt. And she like, see? And then he takes her also, if you ever need anything or you want to get in contact basically with her, just hit him up or whatever. So that must be what they mean. I think it's supposed to be this Friday. Where they said she takes a step away from Ridge or starts her life without Ridge or something. I said, look, they said we did say we tired of them rotating partners now. So they done got somebody new. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting this. It's so random, but at the same time, I kind of want to see how it play out too. Hey, gonna front. I said, I want to see how it play out too, but I would have loved to see Taylor be with somebody. They always trying to sit up here and give out every doggone man. She gonna be on head. Listen, all the people on the doggone show. But yeah, so he been flirting. He got her number or whatever. I said, she definitely gonna use it. And I said, let me find out. They finna have Brooke get her groove back. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Stella gets her groove back. I think I watched it maybe once or twice when I was younger. But yeah, finna get her groove back and everything. Said she finna get her a fine young thing. She finna get her a fine young thing. But that's all that happened in regards to them. Over here to Thomas. So Thomas over here. Listen, I said Finn done got you straight before. He gonna have to get you straight again. Finn done told him, look. So they pick up where they left off. Thomas is telling Stephen and Finn that they're not gonna keep him from his son. He thought basically that this was his opportunity. Listen, at first he wasn't okay with the idea of his son staying there, but then he was like, "Oh, that's my sister, so I'm gonna have access out." First of all, how you thought that? You ain't never. Listen, we was always taught that you never go to somebody's house without telling them or uninvited or stuff like that, even if it's family. You don't never do that. We all know that. You ain't supposed to do that. That's the first thing. Second thing, you knew that y'all wasn't on good terms or aren't on good terms. And I want to know if they finna get ready to have a showdown or whatever. Because they mentioned the whole CEO thing and he didn't like her ever since she took the co-CEO position. But I don't got so far ahead out of my notes. But yeah, Thomas is telling Steph and Finn they're not gonna keep him from his son. So he started talking crazy to Steffi about first you was pulling your weight over there in the office and stuff. Now you trying to pull your weight over here, and he kept talking just instead of saying stuff to Steffi. So Finn said, Thomas, look, you know what that meant? I said he meant that too. I said he meant to watch yourself talk crazy to his wife because he done told you before. This is what his third time telling him. Excuse me. This is third time. Listen, Finn be lit. I like how Finn protected. If only everybody was protected over theirs like that, and not theirs in a property type way. But if only everybody felt like that, like you ain't gonna disrespect her in our house or in front of me at all. I said that's right, Finn. Defend your wife. Defend her. But he was like Thomas. Look, he said that was his warning. That was his warning. He's like, you ain't gonna keep talking crazy to her. I said what? What? But you know, he had corrected him beforehand during the little wedding thing when he was talking crazy. Somebody it's her fault they didn't get married. Then, what was it, last week? He told her? Last week, Friday's episode, he told him, don't talk to his wife. Yeah, when he came downstairs from up there checking on Douglas, up there with Douglas, he told him. Then he just told him Thomas again. I was like, yep. And then he ended up saying something. I forgot exactly what he said, but they took it. They was like, is he threatening us? Is he threatening us based on preview and everything? And I was like, yep. But he said he gonna do better. We'll see. I hope he do. But uh where Thomas told Steffi her throwing her weight around at the office is one thing, but she ain't gonna do it there when it comes to his son. And they basically trying to explain to him not to cause a scene. Douglas is upstairs. He's just trying to get settled in and everything. He just trying to get settled in, and I said I get both sides of things. I get why Thomas would assume that she was gonna give him a chance. I mean, Hope and them had to drop him off, but at the same time, and that's a whole nother question. I hope I wrote it down because I seen somebody make a real good point. Somebody brought up a really good point about Hope and the boundaries thing, and I think I wrote it down. But if not, I try to do a video on it if I forget, cause y'all know my memory bad. But they trying to tell him not to cause a scene. Douglas upstairs. He's like, that's why I want to see him and let him know I love him and all this stuff. He's talking about how he hasn't seen Douglas or he hasn't got to see his room. I said, you've been there 1,000 times, so I'm sure you know what it looks. I know you know what it looked like, but at the same time, listen, this is why Steffy shouldn't. Finn wanted her. Y'all know I've been studying saying Finn didn't want Douglas there, which he didn't. And I said, yeah, this unnecessary drama. And if you like me, I don't like no type of drama, no type of mess, no type of argument, disagreement. So I'm seeing Finn's side of things. I'm definitely seeing Finn's side of things. But it's not getting through to him. They trying to explain it to him and let him know he got to work his way back into there. And he got called before coming, and he ain't trying to hear none of that. He said, Doug is my son. I said, that's right, but you should have acted like it. All this wouldn't be taking place. But yeah, he's saying how he hasn't seen Douglas or got a chance to see his room or tell him that he loves him. And he's asking, can he do that and everything? But they just like hesitant. And she keeps talking about the promise she made to Hope. Well, like, listen, I get it. I get all sides of things. This is bad or whatever. But this all could have been avoided 2 times over, because if Thomas hadn't did what he did, it could have been avoided. Then he turned around and did something else when he drew up the doggone documents. But nobody was expecting him to choose Steffi, so I get it. But this is why they should have let him know, because you didn't want your parents to go back and forth and be mad or you to have to choose. But now your dad and your auntie over here finna get into it. Finna get into it over you. So it's the same thing. So where Douglas gonna live? I accidentally pressed the button, so hopefully it recorded that part. But if now I said, now your daddy and your auntie finna get into it. So now, where you gonna live? Where is you didn't like the stuff that they had going on, but will this be too much for me? And then where is he gonna go? Well, yeah, we already listen. I told y'all. I said we barely see Douglas and them. I said we see Douglas more than we see in the other kids, but we barely see him, so it really don't make a difference. Look, they already went upstairs or whatever, and when she said she had checked on him and said he still got his headphones in, I said, "Yep, it begins. We ain't gonna see him. They arguing over a kid that ain't even on the set no more." I said they running out of storylines. I'm telling y'all, they running out of storylines for sure. But what else happened? Finn, Thomas started talking about, not being able to see his sons and all this, and Steffi's reminding him of what he did, and Finn was like, yeah, she's right. This is because of your poor decision and everything you done. You called child protective service on yourself, which is crazy. And shouldn't that be illegal? Ain't that illegal? I don't know. It should be, because ain't they considered playing with the people? I don't know. But this is a show, so they don't always do things accurately. Excuse me. But Thomas tells Steffi that he loves his son and he not gonna lose him. And she's trying to remind him that I know you love him, and she been his biggest advocate and pushing for it, which she has. Him, not him, her and their mama definitely have been pushing for it, but he acted like he had changed, and I said I get it, cause listen, I get it. I get both sides of things. But I mean, again, the fact that Douglas didn't go or stay at Hope's and didn't want to hurt either one of them does kind of imply that he definitely still cares about, or it implies or suggests that Douglas does still care about his father and he does want to have something to do with him. That's what I said, because if not, he had just said how he would have chose Hope and Leon to live with. But then once he got in there, he chooses Steffi, and he said he didn't want to. It was a tug of war and everything. So I was like, he kind of right, because Thomas is kind of right, because Douglas would have just said, I want to live with Hope or something. He could have said, I want to live with Hope, but I still say he saw Steffi when she was there. He saw it. It's like, oh, is she an option? Is she an option? But yeah, I was like, yeah. What he said and the fact that he did that suggests that he does still care about his father. But someone brought up a good point, and this is what I was talking about. Somebody brought up a really good point. They said, will Steffi set boundaries with Hope as well? Because when Leon was trying to comfort Hope and comfort her. What I lost my train of thought. What was I about to say? When he was trying to, calm her down and stuff, and she said Douglas had left something, and he was like, we could take it tomorrow and all that. And basically suggesting that they could go over there too. They could go over there too. I understand you bringing him stuff, but it's the same thing. Will Steffi tell her the same thing? Like, okay, for Douglas to get used to where he is now, y'all gonna have to stop popping up and stuff. This kind of crazy. This is a crazy storyline, because they are his parents, especially Thomas. I ain't gonna say especially Thomas. They both his parents, because Hope has been acting more like a parent than Thomas. Let's just call it what it is. But Yeah, they brought up a good point. I think it was on Facebook. Was it Facebook or was it YouTube? I don't know. Or Instagram. Because y'all know I be on all three looking at comments and stuff. It was on one of them. And somebody said, okay, now it's time for Steffy to set the same boundary with Hope. I said, if she do set it to Hope, y'all think she gonna take this? Y'all think they both gonna decide that they gonna do better for their son or what? I said, I don't know how this storyline is gonna end because I don't know. I really don't know at this point because, like I said, we barely see the kids anyway, so it's pointless. It's pointless. But yeah, comment down below. Do y'all think that Steffi will have the same conversation with Hope? Granted, Hope didn't do what Thomas did. Do y'all think it would be fair to let her see Douglas at any time, or because she did say she'll call away and all this, and she did tell Steffi to be on the lookout for him, for Thomas. But I said I don't know. Would that be fair? If you one of the reasons is because of what Thomas did. Another reason is because of her promise to Hope, and another one is because she said that Douglas just moved in. He got to get used to it. So wouldn't that same thing apply to Hope? What happens if Hope start popping up just like Thomas did? Will she tell her, look, I understand that your son is gonna forever be your son, but if y'all want him to get used to living here, but at the same time, she also said that he gonna get tired of living there and want to come back. So I don't know how all this gonna play out. I really don't. I don't know. This kind of a crazy storyline. Unless they playing it for something bigger. This the only thing. Let me shut up. I ain't gonna insult nobody because I ain't never wrote no show before. Let me stop insulting people because, well, I ain't insulting nobody, but it could be perceived as that. But Thomas asked Steffi to help him out and not come in between him and the son. He wants to be welcomed back in and everything. He want to be welcomed back in the family as well as with his son. No, I just said the same thing basically. He wants to be welcomed back in regards to the family as well as Forrester's. But he said mainly right now his focus is Douglas. But she still listen. I don't know. I thought she was gonna say, okay, tell Douglas to come down. You gonna see him this time, but next time call or something like that. But it had cut out. Did y'all cut out too? A news thing had popped up. What they call it, emergency testing system or something. Did y'all do the same thing? Excuse me, because I didn't see Thomas leave. By the time they came back on, they was showing Steffi coming from checking on on Douglas. But yeah, he asked Steffi to help him out and not come in between him and his son. He begging her for another chance, but she really ain't trying to go for that or whatever. So then after she comes down from Thomas had left, like I said, it interrupted, so I don't know what happened during that break. But she came down, she said he had his headphones on. And Finn tells Stephanie that basically Thomas can't just come over when he wants. I said, look, we gonna end up seeing Finn go off. We gonna see him go off. Listen, like I said before, I like that he defends Steffi. I said that's rare in real life. I said that's right. He was like, oh, watch your tongue. I said that's right. I said Finn is the type of person, he quiet, but when you test him, I said come on, let it out. Let it out. Let us see that side of you. He said, Thomas. It's Thomas. Look, I told y'all, I've been saying it for years. Well, I don't think has it been years? When he get mad, his voice get way deeper. He get way deeper. And you can tell he mean it. But yeah, he like, Thomas can't just be coming over when he wants and Steffi like she know. Steffi mentioned that, I think, was Finn the one who said, I think he said something about it kind of seemed like more than just that Douglas was living there and everything. And Steffi was saying how Thomas was jealous beforehand when she became co-CEO. Do y'all agree? I wonder, are they about to battle it out? I said, do y'all agree that he was jealous beforehand? I was like, I kind of remember him being disappointed about it and stuff. I was like, I forgot because like I've seen them be buddy and playing to get their parents back reunited, and I had forgot all about that. But yeah, on preview, he's saying he not letting them come between him and his son. At the end of the episode, he ended up saying how, he gonna do what it takes to get his son back. I said, I hope so, cause this ain't gonna never end. I don't see how this storyline is gonna end. I mean, it could end with him getting his son back. It could not. Who knows? But Steffi still believes that Thomas can be a great father to Douglas. That's what she tells. That's what she tells Finn. She still believes it. She just waiting on him to prove it and everything. I said, okay, when he proves it, Hope screwed because Thomas, now that he see that she ain't letting him back in the company and back in her life, he seemed like he kind of trying to take her ability to be a parent to Douglas away. And I was like, that's kind of messed up. Now that you see she really don't want you. even though I still think she secretly does. Even though she don't want you or whatever. Now you trying to take y'all child away from her. And it's just, but at the same time, you can say the same about her. Not that she about the wanting each other's thing, but about the fact that, she got all excited when she was like, we can have full custody. Look, both of them disappointed. Both of them had a plan or thought it was going to work out in their favor, and then both of them ended up losing. But I still say I feel sorry for Hope, though. She didn't do what he did, and it shouldn't have went like that. The judge should have came up with something. Steffi could have said, further explain. Listen, I feel like they all to blame. But what else happened? Thomas starts thinking about his time with Douglas, says they'll get back to where they were. He'll be the father Douglas deserves. And I say, I hope so. I would hope so, because it's time. This wouldn't even be happening if you hadn't been got it together. If you wasn't so focused, I know it's the writers again. If you hadn't been so focused on hope, on getting your parents back together, and all this stuff, you mind your business. Not don't call child protective service on yourself. That's some crazy stuff. But then to make her voice sound, listen, they could do that. I heard they could do that stuff for real. Make your voice sound like somebody else's. Or I know they say you could fake text messages and stuff. That's kind of creepy. But yeah, that was all that really happened, y'all. Stay tuned for more videos. Hold on, it stopped. It keeps stopping. But y'all stay tuned for more videos. That's all that happened. Comment your thoughts on today's episode. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Road to 1,000 subscribers. We almost there. Thanks for your support. Have a great rest of the day. Be safe and all that good stuff. Deuces.